4 strokes, gosh. .88 Rampart Range. Here we go. It usually takes me a couple minutes to go from really slow to only a little bit of slow. These bumps. So in one of my previous videos, I was trying to talk to the camera, share some thoughts, but the camera was on top of my helmet and you can't hear it. So hopefully you guys can hear me now, because the camera's like on my chin bar, which is pretty cool setup, I guess. Anyway, so I'm getting back into riding after, I guess, probably 5 or 6 years off. So I get back to riding after a long layoff, and I feel like I have to relearn how to ride. It's nuts, man. But it's true. I'm having to relearn skills that I'd forgotten. Let's be honest, I wasn't that great at. But before, when I was riding dirt bikes, I still lived in Texas. And I rode the National Forest out there near Huntsville. Shout out to my St. Houston National Forest peeps, what? But, so I rode out there, and I rode a local old school motocross track, Rio Bravo, a lot. Ended up selling my bike. Years later, moved to Colorado. Regret selling my bike. Decided I'm going to get back into it. And I am fortunate enough, now I have a KTM 300 2-stroke, which I absolutely love. Cannot say enough good about this bike. And it's 2014. I've heard the new ones are even better, so I can't imagine. Anyway, the bike I rode in Texas was KTM 250 SXF, so 250 4-stroke. So not only was I riding in the flatness that is southeast Texas, I was also riding a 4-stroke, which a 4-stroke teaches you bad habits. It lets you ride kind of lazy. You really become to rely on the engine braking. So when you're riding someplace that's really flat and you got a bike with engine braking, I don't know that I ever used my rear brake. I could ride for hours. I'm not sure I'd ever touch my rear brake once. So, fast forward several years, move out here, buy a 2-stroke, and I'm riding in the mountains. So there's, you know, I live in the Front Range, so I do the vast majority of my riding somewhere on the Front Range, whether it be Rampart or Dubai. What's up? All right. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I'm in second gear, no wonder. Oh, so anyway, where was I? So fast forward, moved to Colorado, riding in the mountains in the Front Range. There's a lot of elevation change on these trails, and they're loose and rattly. I'm not complaining, I love it. Riding out here it's a different world compared to Texas. Now I know why so many of my Texas riding buddies came out to Colorado to ride. I used to come out of Colorado to either snowboard, ski, or climb 14ers in the summer, which you'll see plenty of 14er videos on this channel. So anyway, riding a 2-stroke with no engine braking and constantly going downhill. So I'm having to relearn how to use my brakes. I had an incident a while this summer where I ended up with a concussion because I grabbed too much front brake on a really loose trail. That kind of sucked. That set me back a little bit. And so I'm learning the nuances. One finger on the front brakes, cover the rear brake. I gotta get better at whoops too. Anyway, so I'm relearning to use the rear brake and trying to stand up more. You know, I feel more comfortable cornering motocross style. Sit down. Oh, that was 682 or something, 681. Anyway, so I'm learning to stand more. I got really into mountain biking when I first moved out here, and I loved it. Oh my goodness. Had a hardtail in Texas that I sold after I moved here. Bought a full suspension, awesome bike. And story of my life. Had a pretty gnarly crash on Captain Jack's. Ended up with broken ribs. Multiple month recovery. And kind of lost my love of mountain bikes a little bit, but also like I knew I'd been wanting to get back into dirt biking. Those motorcycles are in my blood, man. My dad had one. Bought my first street bike at 18. I've spent some time on the racetrack. I've spent a lot of time riding dirt, a lot of time riding street. I love motorcycles. These are my favorite. So, all that being said, I knew I wanted to get back into motorcycles, dirt bikes. Can't ride street bikes anymore because my wife has requested it. Again, story of my life. I had a crash that landed me in the hospital for a week in a wheelchair for 2 months. No fun. Anyway, I'm rambling on. All that to say, motorcycles in my blood, dude. I can't give it up. I love it. Dirt bikes, street bikes, cruisers, sport bikes, adventure bikes. I love them all. I do not discriminate. But mountain biking a lot has helped me with all this, like standing up, going downhill, flowing in turns. So I'm thankful for the year or two that I was obsessed about mountain biking. That was pretty clutch for me to learn all this. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I'll tell you what, I kinda like talking while I ride. You're probably watching this video too going, gosh, why are you going so slow? I'm going slow because I suck, okay? You know, if you feel the need to let me know in the comments how bad I suck, go for it. But you won't be telling me anything I don't know. I'm probably the slowest, or one of the slowest of the group of guys that ride with regularly. Hold on. There's Keith, waiting on me as usual. One of these days, I'll be fast, I hope. What kind of sucks is I have a feeling, you know, the camera makes me look like I'm going slower than I actually am. So you guys are probably watching this going, holy crap, you're slow. Like, I know I'm slow, stop telling me. But believe it or not, I'm faster than I was 2 months ago. I consider myself to be a teachable, coachable person. I think that's an important attribute for kids and adults to have. Oops, control. So if you have legit, like, tips, post them up in the comments, man. I'd love to hear them. I've been riding for a while, but I'm not good. I'm assuming. Let's go there. lot of dirt bikers consider them the enemy. I don't, because I love riding ATVs. I've had a few ATVs in my life. I really love them, so. So yeah, so I'm having fun relearning the dirt bike. Sometimes it feels like I've never ridden before. I feel scared and out of control. Other times I feel like I'm doing pretty good. So, there it is. These trails are awesome. Ooh, my legs are getting tired. I think I'm gonna give you some bar risers. I tried them on an old YZ250 I had, and I didn't like them. Oh. And it turns out, because I didn't like that bike, came across a cheap YZ250. It was the year 2000, and I did a complete rebuild on it. Crank, piston, bearings, oops, you name it, I did everything. Made it a brand new bike, set the cylinder off, it was beautiful. I got done with it, it was amazing. Ran like a scalded 8. But even though I put a flywheel weight on it, I couldn't manage it. It was, you know, it would lug along and then all of a sudden try to jump out from underneath you. The suspension kind of sucked, so I didn't love it. Sold it, bought this, and I'm like, oh. I'm learning. Modulate that rear brake. You can really stab that rear brake as hard as you want. One finger on the front. Right pressure. You're in good shape. Yeah, it's funny. I was riding that old YZ250 that I'd rebuilt, thinking, oh man, y'all just ride this thing. That'd be awesome. I really had a fun time rebuilding it. I like doing engine work and stuff like that. No, I'm not for hire. But got out there, I was like, man, do I just suck at riding or what? And a buddy of mine had a let's put our gloves on first. Anyway, so I'm riding this old YZ250. Sorry, the story's kind of coming in chunks. I'm riding this old YZ250. I'm like, man, I just kind of suck. And I had some bar risers on it. I'm like, man, I do not like the way the bar risers make my bike handle. And we're out riding, a group of us, and a buddy of mine had a 2008 KTM 300, and he let me ride it. And I was like, oh, holy crap. This is what a dirt bike is supposed to handle. Like, this is everything I've ever wanted in a dirt bike. So, I'm realizing now, my beef with the bar risers were probably more with the bike than they were the bar risers, so, because I'm on the tall side. I'm 6'2"-ish. So I promptly sold that YZ250 and my mountain bike and bought this 2014 KTM 300 XC. Had to drive to Wyoming to get a good deal, but I got a really good deal on it. Oh, dude, look at this. Come on, we can take a picture real quick. Hell yeah! We had to stop for a photo op because we're nerds. Cool, man. So awesome. So rad. We can take pictures at a dozen places of this. That was the thing about riding to Texas, where we rode Sam Houston National Forest. You're just like in thick forest the whole time. Very little elevation change. Fun, don't get me wrong. Like, I loved it. And I'd like, after I get better out here, I'd like to go back and ride the National Forest again, see if I can do as well as I used to or better. But there's like no spots to take pictures. You're just in a thick forest the whole time. Here, like, you come to these vistas and you're like, oh dang, and you gotta stop and take a picture. You know, I'm not tired of these views yet, and I don't know that I ever will get tired of them. It's so amazing. Techniques I'm trying to learn, trying to like think about, okay, because when you're learning new things, they don't come naturally right away, right? You gotta like think about it. One of the things I have to think about is squeezing the bike with my legs. Until I get to where I can, oh, my legs are getting tight. Until I can get to where squeezing the bike real well with my legs. I can't give it a ton of throttle while I'm standing, because I end up feeling like I'm getting thrown off the back. And I could be, ooh, there's my legs, I could be like not over the bars enough too. Alright, this is 770 single track. I've been wanting to try this one. Everybody says it's a lot of fun. Again, we've already established I'm slow. So, but if you feel like telling me in the comments how much I suck and how slow I am, feel free. This is awesome. Man, I love this. Ooh, this is bumpy. If I was fast and had balls, I could ride those like whoops. I apparently am neither. Oh, look, there's a big rock. This is rad, man. I love this. Dude. Man, I hope the camera angle is catching all of this. What sketches me out just a little bit about some of the single track is if you get too far over to one side, like, it might be going downhill a ways. And then it's gonna be like that, and it's gonna be a long, exhausting journey to get back up. So, but you know, like I was mentioning earlier, got really into mountain biking for a while. There's this trail here, Colorado Springs, called Captain Jack's, and that trail will get you used to. Keith's so nice. He waits for me every now and then. That trail will get you used to riding on these ledge trails. But dude, I'm having a blast on this. This is rad. This is cool. Woohoo! My hips are getting like tired. I didn't stretch my hips good enough. I'm getting old, so I like really have to stretch or my hips will cramp up. I sound like such an old man. I mean, I have broken my hip in my life. That's an old man thing, right? I probably should have downshifted for that. I was in too high of a gear. This is cool. This is cool. Okay, what's up? I'm back. So, like a dummy, I did not empty my memory card after the last ride. And so the memory card filled up and I missed some really great stuff. I'll just have to do that one again and film. Maybe I'll do like a long form to where it's just 770 start to finish. And you know, that way if you haven't ridden it, you can get a feel for it. It was awesome, man. This is awesome. So if you're still watching, thanks for watching. And I don't have a catchy catchphrase yet, so click the like and subscribe. You're supposed to say that, right? You like, if you got a YouTube channel, YouTube video, you have to say click like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications. Anyway, do or don't, I don't care. But I'm glad you watched this one.